I am Kechikuyenum now, some be akondokwa. The first, yes, I'm going to be doing it both in my lingua franca and English, just to carry us along. Because what I'm going to be talking about this morning is for all of us. So I'll carry my people along, and then for the Igbos, I will do English, so you understand me very well, and then your opinion will be needed. Yes, I have a guest here, a brother from Ukwuani local government of Forchi Benjamin. He's going to be talking with us today about the creation of Anioma State. So I'm going to be taking you people to him, and we'll hear what he has to say about the creation of Anioma State. Yes, hello, sir.
My dear sister, thank you. Ukwuani kenemunu. Ajeni n'otofeni. Efambo Ofochi Benjamin Atagana. Mbo nwatagana ni Obiaroko. Mbo lawyer. So kete mbiani ke meni mwenemne mmonye nyuku. Ka anyị kpaluka gbasani ife ndị oyibo na-akpọ state creation. A lot has been going on. Bikoni ka nso oyibo ni nwere kpọmkpọ okwu nchọni ke nku ka nwike kuwe na lot okweshi na ọdịdị.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much, sir. Like he's saying, our brother is saying, we are going to be doing it both, like I already said, so that all of us will understand it. You know, this Anioma creation is not just for Ukwuani. We have our Anioma there, we have our own and the Igbos. So we're going to be doing both English and Ukwuani, so that we'll all be carried along. So just stay with our brother as he's doing it, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy this section. Over to you, my brother. First things first, I want to know, what do you think about this creation of Anioma State? What is your take?
Before I go into the creation of Anioma State, I think there is something that we really need to sort out amongst our people. And even to you, it's important that we get a clarity on some of these issues. Because if we had these issues sorted out, I do not think the argument whether to join the Southeast or not will be there.
Okay.
First, who are we? That is one question I keep asking.
Okay.
Who are we first as the Ukwuani people?
Okay.
Because until we answer that question of who we are, we keep running around a virtual circle. Our ancestors describe themselves in what the English often call endonym.
Okay.
Endonym in linguistics. The name you call yourself is an endonym. The way others or what others call you, people from outside of your group call you, is ectonym.
Okay.
So the endonym for our ancestors was Ndigbo. Because to our ancestors, they didn't migrate from anywhere. They were the ancient people. So they refer to themselves as the people of the ancient, Ndigbo.
Okay, Ndigbo.
Ndigbo.
Okay.
So Ukwuani, ancient time. What do we say about ancient? What word do we use for ancient? Enugbo.
Okay.
Ancient time, Enugbo, Ndigbo. Now, there is this misunderstanding about who the Igbos are and who the Ukwanis are, or who the Aniomas are. It's a misunderstanding. The Ukwanis and the supposed Igbos are one and the same people.
Okay.
We are one and the same people. It doesn't matter where our communities are found. It doesn't matter the geographical location. We are one people. What do I mean? When you did introduction, you talked about Igbo, Ukwuani, Anioma.
Yeah.
And I chuckled because it is using synonym.
Okay.
It is like using synonyms.
Right.
One in the microcosm and the other in the macrocosm. There is no place called Igbo. And there is no place, mark my word, there is no place called Igbo. The supposed southeast, where we now refer to as Igbo land, they are autonomous groups. For example, the Ohafia people are Ohafia people.
Okay.
The Osu people, they are the Osu people.
Okay.
The Newi are the Newi. The Obosi, they are the Obosi. The Nsoka are the Nsoka. The Abakaliki, they are the Abakaliki.
Okay.
These people are known just the same way the Ukwuani is Ukwuani, the Anyocha is Anyocha, the Oshimili is Oshimili, the Ika is Ika. But collectively, we are Igbos.
Okay.
Collectively, we are Igbos. Collectively, we are Igbos.
Okay, so anybody can feel free to say we are Igbos.
Igbos, yes. That is why yes, Ika is Igbo.
Anioma.
Anioma is just a political nomenclature.
Okay. So generally we are Igbo.
Generally we are Igbo. That is why you, with your name Nkechi,
okay,
anywhere you go to, you will begin to explain that I am an Ukwuani. Because what they are going to call you is an Igbo girl, an Igbo woman, an Igbo lady.
Okay.
I am a Fochi.
Okay.
My eldest brother's name is Emeke. Chukwu Emeke.
Okay.
My late elder sister's name, may her soul rest in peace, Chineye.
Okay.
My immediate elder brother's name, Malubuchibe.
Malubuchibe.
Yes.
Okay.
My other brother's name is Amaka, Chukwamaka. Where are you going to go to? And these names are mentioned.
That you will not be seen as
that you will not be seen by the people
as Igbos.
As Igbos. Because Igbo is an ectonym.
Okay.
It's a corruption of the endonym Ndigbo.
Okay.
Because at the time we began to have contact with other people, they had issues calling it the way it ought to be, Ndigbo. Ndigbo, Ndegbo, Ndigbo. So they corrupted it to Igbo, Igbo, Igbo. All of these are describing one person who are linguistically classified as Igboid. Okay. They are linguistically, culturally, ancestrally classified as Igboid. So when we begin to create an artificial dichotomy of Ukwuani, Enuani, Ndoni, Arochukwu, Nnewi, Obosi, Nsukka, Abakaliki, Afikpo. All these are different people within the same nation, the Ndigbo nation. Okay. Now coming to Anioma, when in 1954, okay, Nigeria, as it was under colonialism, moved into regional government because of the history we had. The history we had with the Western, we that are across the Niger, this side of the Niger River, because of our history with the colonial administration. Because at the beginning of the colonial era, when Britain were coming this way, they began to conquer, because there was no Nigeria, they began to conquer kingdoms. But when they were trying to make inroad towards our land, we resisted them in what is today known as the Ekumeku Uprising. We resisted them collectively for over 3 decades, a little over 31 years. We resisted them, and like the Tower of Babel, where the people were with one voice, united, and God looked with the host of heaven. They saw that these people are with one voice. They have the same language. Look at, they have the same language, because language is the unifying factor. He said whatever they want to do, nothing can stop them, because they are one mind. What is the one mind? They have one language. And in order to thwart that objective, they were scattered. There was chaos. The host of heaven created chaos. Now you look at the Britain or the British colonial administration. They looked at these people, they resisted us because they are one people speaking one language. It doesn't matter the dialectical variation, because in every language there are dialectical variation. The Yoruba you see today have several dialects.
Okay.
For example, within Ondo State, if someone from Okitipupa is speaking, there is a slight difference when someone from main Ondo is speaking.
Okay, but they are generally
from Akure, but they are Yorubas. If an Egba, if someone from Egba land is speaking, someone from Osun, from Ife, that is why you see somebody from Osun State will pronounce with the sibilants.
Okay. What
the English calls sibilant. Also. But somebody from Abeokuta, within the same Yoruba, so from Abeokuta we pronounce as Osun.
Okay.
So someone from Abeokuta we pronounce as Oba Sanjo, Shegun.
Okay.
Olusegun. Someone from Osun State we pronounce Segun.
Okay. Segu
and Shegu. One language, but different dialects.
Yes, but generally
you come to the Igbo.
Yorubas.
Yes, but they are Yorubas. Okay. You come to Igbo, Chukwuemeke.
Good. We the Ukwuani,
we say Chukwuemeke. Part of Anambra, we say Chukwuemeke. Others we say Chukwuemeka.
Okay. Okay.
We say Ane. So we say Ale.
Okay.
So we say Allah.
Okay.
We say Ife Oma.
Okay.
So we say Isu. So we say Ihu. So we say Ife Nacho. So we say Ihe Nacho.
Okay.
But it is the same language, the same people.
Pronouncing the same thing.
But with different dialects. Okay. The English, we call it accent, with different accents.
Okay.
You go to the English language, for example. In England, there are different accents of the English language. Somebody from Cockney in London, somebody who is using the Cockney accent has his own accent which is at variance with somebody from the North London, for example. Somebody from Manchester, Liverpool, and these areas. They have variation, but they speak the same language. Look at the Americans. The Americans speak English. Okay. But the American English has a different accent.
Yes, from us.
From the British accent, okay, and from the Australian accent, and from the Canadian accent. Okay. Each of these, so when you talk about language, there are variations, but that does not mean there are different people. Okay. So you look at the Yoruba, because let's come back home. Look at the Yorubas. Despite having different variations of the Yoruba language, they are still one people. Okay. We, the Igbos, we may have different dialects, but that will not mean that we are different. The Ukwuani man is not different from somebody in Ohafia. Okay. That is why if you go all through Ukwuani land, down to the east, you will not see much difference in terms of the culture, because culture is about the lifestyle of the people. Okay. There is not much difference. I have traveled around this country from the north down here south. I have traveled around. I have lived outside of the east all through my life. I have lived outside of Ukwuani land for the better part of over 2 decades. Yet there is no place, despite spending close to 20 years in Benin, I have not been able to assimilate myself with the Benin culture.
Okay. That's different.
There is difference. Okay. But an Ukwuani man leaving Ukwuani land to Agbo, or to Asaba, or to Onitsha, he doesn't even know that there's a difference in his lifestyle.
Okay. It's more
that is why yes,
practice the same thing.
The same thing.
Okay.
The same thing. As you are saying Umuaja, you are saying Umunede. You are saying Umuahia. You are saying everything is the same. Obi Aroko, Obi Kwele. You are saying everything. Eziopo, Ezionum, Ezinifite. Okay. Because our people, they begin to argue about this because they have not, with all due respect, we have not ventured. Majority of our people have not ventured across the Niger. Okay. So when they say traveling is part of education, this is what it means.
Very well.
Now, when we now bring it to Anioma, we want our own states. As an Ukwuani man, I have asked myself, Ukwuani have been in the western region from 1954 to 1963. Ukwuani have been grouped. Okay. The western region. From 1963 to 1966, we were in the Midwest. From the Midwest, in 1967, when state was created, when Nigeria was restructured, we moved to Bende State. Okay. From Bende, we moved to Delta. The question I ask my fellow Ukwuani, what have we benefited? When you travel the whole length of Ukwuani land, the whole of Ukwuani land, what have we benefited? Whether from the western region, or from the Midwest region, from Bende State, and the current Delta State, what is our benefit?
Okay, thank you very much.
Is there development in Ukwuani land that we can hit our hand to say this development we got it from Western region, okay, or that development we got it from Midwest region, or that development we got it from Bende, or that we got it from Delta. Okay. Or the current argument of South-South, which is unconstitutional.
Okay, that's where I'm coming from, sir. Because this Anioma creation, I have met some persons, a lot of messages and all that. I want to really understand where you are coming from. Because the way you are sounding, you're of the opinion that we want the Anioma creation.
Very well.
Okay. Now, the argument here is Anioma creation, we all welcome it. Do we prefer it South-South or Southeast? So what do you think about this South-South and Southeast?
Okay. As I said earlier, if we resolve our identity crisis, okay, it means that we are Igbos.
Yes, and we are one person.
And we are one person.
Okay.
We are one and same.
One person.
Yes. Are you going to run from yourself? Can you run from yourself? Even your shadow that is a bit detached from you, wherever you go, the shadow goes with you. Okay. Far back, even before regionalism began, then there was no Anioma. Our ancestors started agitating that they want to join their kith and kin across the Niger. When we moved to regionalism, our ancestors continued to agitate that they want to join the Eastern region. Because, like I said, they divided us. They added, for example, they took the Ukwuani people and added them with the rebels. They took the Nuani, Oshun people and added them to the Benis. Before regionalism started. Now, we are agitating because the agitation has been on that we need to return back. We need to move and join our people. There are records there. Currently, Nigeria is structured, albeit unconstitutionally.
Okay.
Nigeria is structured into, for political exigency, Nigeria is structured into 6 geopolitical zones.
Yes.
6 geopolitical zones. You have the Northwest.
Yes.
You have the Northeast. Yes. You have the North Central. You have the Southwest. Yes. You have the South, and you have the Southeast.
Yeah.
Now, first and foremost, let me go a bit into law.
Okay.
Section 2, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended clearly states that Nigeria shall be structured into 36 states and the FCT, meaning that the issue with zones, geopolitical zones, is not contemplated by the Nigeria Constitution.
Okay.
So whether you say South-South, it is unconstitutional. Whether I say South, it's unconstitutional.
Yes.
Whether I say Southwest, it's unconstitutional. North Central, unconstitutional. The reason why geopolitical zone was adopted following the Constitutional Conference of 1994 to 1995, which the Abacha military regime stamped or implemented that recommendation. It was to enable the Nigerian government share powers. Before, it used to be regionalism.
Okay.
Northern region, southern region. In fact, it used to be protectorate. Northern protectorate, southern protectorate. And then it was amalgamated in 1914. So all of these things are historical. Anioma, currently, we are ethnically, culturally, linguistically Igbos. The Igbos are grouped as Southeast. Naturally, we belong to the Southeast. Okay. Then you look at constitutionally. 36 states. The way it is shared based on the geopolitical configuration. South has 6 states. Southwest has 6 states. Northwest has 7 states. North Central has 6 states. Northeast has 6 states. The only zone that has 5 states is the Southeast. Now, when we began the agitation, for the balancing, because it is disproportional. So we began to agitate that this should be balanced. Nigerian geopolitical configuration, however unconstitutional it is, should be balanced.
Yes.
Now, the only way to balance it is to, first of all, balance Southeast to be 6-6. Then after Southeast has been balanced 6-6, then we cannot think of making it 7-7 to balance up the Northwest that has 7 states.
Yes, yeah.
Looking at the way Nigeria is, there is nobody that understands Nigeria currently that we say Nigeria can afford to create more than 1 state. Because creating states is not just, it's not an exercise that you just embark on. Can the state survive? That is the question.
It's not enough to create.
It's not enough to create it. Can the state survive?
Yes.
Are they viable? Now, when you look at the case for Anioma is viable. We have the population, we have the natural resources,
okay.
We have the human capital,
okay.
We have the infrastructure.
Okay.
We have all of this. They are viable.
In other words, Anioma creation is what we want.
It is what we want. Now the question as to where it should be.
Yeah.
Like I said, we are Igbos. So naturally, Anioma should be in the Southeast.
Okay.
Politically, there is no exercise for the creation of an additional state to the South. Meaning that politically, we cannot be added to South, because South, there is only one region. There is only, one zone that needs a state, and that is the Southeast.
Yeah.
To balance out 6s. So those arguing that South, they are misinformed, because the National Assembly is not creating state for the South.
Okay.
The only zone that the National Assembly is creating state for is the Southeast.
That is 5. Already.
That is 5.
So they'll balance
to make it 6.
Okay.
That is why during the retreats that members of the National Assembly had in Lagos, they decided that they will create one additional state, which we call equity state for the Southeast, to bring it at par with the 5 other zones that are 6.
Okay.
So it will be at par. So that out of the 6 geopolitical zones, 6 will be 6. Then we'll have, in future, we'll not be talking about the 7th. So the Southeast is the only geopolitical zone that states need to be created. And we are arguing, begging our Igbo brothers across the 5 existing states, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo State. We are begging them that they should support us, because our ancestors, it is the desire of our ancestors to return, to join the Southeast. Let them accept us.
Okay.
Let them support us so that we can have a state of our own. And that is Anioma State. And for me, as an Ukwuani man, Ukwuani man is positioned to benefit in Anioma and the Southeast more than what it has ever gotten. Because what we get currently is what we call prebendalism, patronage, the political elites that are not Ukwuani. Because Ukwuani, we don't have strong politicians in Ukwuani.
Okay.
There is none.
What do you mean by we don't have strong politicians?
We don't have any strong leader in Ukwuani. We should not pretend over it. Who are we going to mention? That is why you see almost all the politicians we have in Ukwuani land. It is either they are following Ifeanyi Okowa and a Kaman, or they are following Senator Ned Nwoko,
And Anioma man.
who is from Aniocha.
Okay, yes, Aniocha.
So there is no leader in Ukwuani land. The person representing the National Assembly is Okowa. It's Okowa boy. We shouldn't pretend over it. Nnamdi Ezechi, Right Honorable Nnamdi Ezechi, is an Okowa boy. We don't have any leader. I start to be debated. We don't have any leader in Ukwuani land. Ndokwa, in the whole of Ndokwa, we don't have any. The people we have are the follow. With all due respect to them. If we have Anioma, Ukwuani land has the highest natural resources.
Okay.
If Anioma is achieved today, we have the highest number of natural resources. We have the population.
Yes, we have the population.
So the same way the Robo people are currently dictating.
That's how we're going to be.
In Delta, that is how we, the Ukwuani, we dictate in
The
Anioma.
Okay.
So why are we going to fight against what will be in our betterment?
Okay.
Is it not sad that as an Ukwuani man, it took an Urobo man, Senator Omo Agege, to bring the only federal university, the only federal institution in the whole of Ndokwa land. Meanwhile, for a period of almost 12 years or more, or about 12 years, we had an Ukwuani man who was in the Senate. Our late Senator Patrick Osakwe. His political party was in power.
From Ndokwa West.
Yes, all of those time he was in the Senate, his political party was in power, but he did not use his influence to attract anything to Ukwuani land.
Ukwuani land.
To Ndokwa land.
Okay.
For me, when I met distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko, I told him, I said, listen, if achieving Anioma is the only thing you can do, you can achieve, please. Because for me, and for every well-meaning Ukwuani son and daughter, when we have Anioma, we will be able, we stand a chance of producing governor. We stand a chance of having a senator.
Okay.
We stand a chance of having more political representation than we have ever had.
Because if I'm correct, I'm not sure Ukwuani has ever produced a governor.
Governor? The closest we have come is just these first 2 years.
Deputy governor.
Of having Lion Monde Onyeme. That is the closest we have come. In the western region, we did not come close to having deputy premier. In the Midwest region, we did not even come close to having a deputy premier.
Okay.
In Bendel State, we did not come close to having a deputy governor. In Delta State, this is the first time. This is the first time
of producing
of having
governor.
all thanks to Okowa that decided to bring in his boy. With all due respect to our dear Lion Onyeme, His Excellency Deputy Governor of Delta State. With all due respect to him, without Okowa, we will not have had it. And he got it not basically because of any other thing, but because the other parties were feeding Ukwuani people as deputy governor. The APC at the time Omuagege, feeded Osanebi, Fred Osanebi, Honorable Osanebi, on Ukwuani man, as deputy governor. The Labour man, Pella. Pella feeded on Ukwuani man as the deputy governor. So, Okowa influencing the choice of His Excellency Monday Onyeme is not because he loves Ukwuani people. It is because he knows the political strength, the votes that will come from Ukwuani land. And Monday Onyeme as a private citizen has in his private capacity done a lot for Ukwuani. Even if it is the scholarship he gives Ukwuani people. Yes. It was enough to I campaigned for him. I use my money to campaign for him. I use my money to make calls. To talk about his candidacy. But Okowa did not choose him because Okowa loves Ukwuani people. Ukwuani people, we are the strength of Okowa's politics. Right from Okowa days of GDM, before PDP, AD, AAPP, and the subsequent political parties that followed. Okowa was with GDM. The person representing my local government now, Honorable Chukwudi Dafe, he worked with Okowa under GDM. He was the coordinator for my community under GDM. Give him. GDM, give him. But you see, our people do not understand all of these. They don't know all of this. We are the backbone of Okowa's politics. What did Okowa do for us? As a senator, did he do anything for Ukwuani land? No. As a governor for 8 years, what did Okowa do from the Ndokwa nation? What can we hit our hands to say this is the flagship project that he did? Under him, there were some communities in Ukwuani land, in Ndokwa, that were in darkness. Yet, Ndokwa supplied power to other communities and cities. All we needed was to step down the Occupy, IPP. Okay. But Okowa did nothing. Are we going to continue to queue behind Okowa, who has done nothing infrastructurally other than picking one or two politicians in Ndokwa? And those ones will now pick their followers. I think as an Ukwuani man, every Ukwuani listening to me should jettison. We should outgrow the politics of prebendalism, politics of patronage. We should outgrow it. Anioma, if we achieve Anioma, we stand a better chance.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, I'm sure we've heard from our brother from Ubiaroko. That is Ukwuani local government. While he was talking, he mentioned a lot of things. And like he said, more people should come. People should come. Let us speak our mind. And people should come not just from Ndokwa East, Ndokwa West, Ukwuani local government. The Igbos, come out. Let us hear what you have to say.
I am sorry, my sister. You are still, you see,
the Igbos.
The conditioning that the Nigerian government, that Britain and Nigerian government have conditioned our mind.
Okay.
Is still playing out unconsciously in your mind.
Okay, so
there are Igbos, okay, and you are not Igbo. But that is erroneous.
Okay. So what
is your name?
Nkechi
Nasom. What does it mean? Is that an Hausa language?
No.
Is that a Yoruba language?
That's an Igbo name.
So who are the Igbos?
Okay.
Who are the Igbo? Who are the Ukwuani people?
Okay, so our people from the east.
Our people from the east.
Okay.
From the current south, because we will soon, by the grace of God, we will soon join them.
All right.
We soon reunite with them.
So please, I plead with all of us to come out.
Just a moment.
From the east.
I am sorry. I'm sorry, my dear sister.
Okay.
Let me give you a biblical story.
Okay.
The children of Israel, they sojourned in Egypt for about 400 years or more.
Okay.
When the time came back, they did a reverse migration to where they came from. After that, they had the issue, of course, you know the biblical history of the Israelites with God. After that, God dispersed them again. God dispersed them. They now went and lived up till 1919, between 1917, 1918, 1919, 1920. The nation of Israel, the state of Israel was created with the Balfour Declaration. Balfour, anybody can Google it. Balfour Declaration. But the Israelites during the Ottoman Empire, they began to return back. At the time, the Israelites were doing well all around Europe. During the Bolshevik regime or era in the Soviet Republic, the Israelites were doing well. In fact, they were doing well. That was what led the Nazis to begin to want to exterminate them.
Okay.
But you see, with the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, England, Britain created, through the Balfour Declaration, created the state of Israel. Today, they have returned back. They have returned back. So you see, it's not peculiar with us, the Ukwuani people. We have been dispersed. Western region, Midwest region, Bende, Delta. This is the time for us to go back. And nothing can stop it.
Okay.
Nothing can stop it. It is only but a matter of time. Nothing can stop it. We will go back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a very nice time with our brother. Is a legal practitioner. Afochi Benjamin.
Ofochi.
Okay, Ofochi.
As a matter of fact, the name is Ofochukwuka.
Ofochukwuka.
Yes.
Okay, pure Igbo name.
But was shortened to Ofochi. Anywhere you see Chi, Chuku,
it's clearly Igbo.
Igbo.
All right, thank you. Like I said, we want us to talk. Let us talk. Let's come out from our shed. Let's not stay off the camera and be talking and be calling. A lot of people have been calling and say, Akondokwa, this. But like we know, it is very proper that when you come like this, you speak your mind. People will hear. From everything you say, people can pick at least something and say, okay, let us work with this. So I want to appreciate all our viewers and also let you know that we are open to as many persons that want to talk. We are open. Thank you very much, sir.
It's my pleasure.
It was a very nice time. Ajay. I cannot do this without my people. Then the Ukwuani. No. I want to say on a posa no gay work koji. Kai kwani. O gadi na nazo erufu. Pusani be kwano no osando Ukwuani. No. Ke chukuyeno na som be akondokwa ke ijiji.